how every day in the gym teaches you something. You learn something from every day in the gym and every fight. Any chance you can figure out what you might learn this next fight? What you're looking to learn in this next fight you're having?
I'm not looking to learn nothing from the next fight. I'm looking to show what I've already learned and what I've already proven. When I learn in the gym. If you got to learn at a fight, it's too late. To take a test without studying is like taking a fight without being in the gym. Being in the gym is studying. Taking a test is April 19th. So you can put the cart in front of the horse if you're a fool. But I think a lot of people will agree that I'm no fool. So the test is April 19th on whether Bernard can continue to define what man has said that, and others proved them right, that you only can do what you do 10, maybe 15 years tops in 99% of the sports that we love. They stood right in the head of the game, just that I'm a little different. So it's nothing I'm going to learn as far as what I've been doing for almost 3 decades. But it's something I can add on to what I believe and what I stood for as a guy that knows that you love your craft and you respect your craft. And there's 2 different approaches to what you do. You can love something that doesn't mean you necessarily respect it. Love is the emotional part. Respecting is the dedication and hard work. And not deviating one time on what she or he might do in life. That's what I represent. I give the true knowledge straight from the cradle to the grave. We've been doing this for a decade and a half, me and you. My conversation ain't going to change. You change. Time will change. But whatever I do in life, that attitude is always going to be there. And that demeanor is always going to be there. It's just who I am. It's hard to break that type of camel's back. It's very hard. And I know some envy it because they wish they had some of it, and I don't blame them. I would envy a she or he who had that also if I know I didn't have it. I mean, who wouldn't? And so, I'm looking forward to showing up and find time.
How do you keep that determination?
I keep that determination on respecting what I do, respecting how I do it, and to always have it in my mind, no matter what others might think and what others might try to count what I have in my pocket, or try to assume or dictate when is enough and whether you've done whatever you've been doing over and over and there's nothing else to prove. I heard all these things. That keeps me motivated. It always kept me motivated to show that you know, majority of times those predictions are right. But every now and then you get that type of, you know, person or team that you really can't dictate when they should not be motivated anymore. I'm motivated by a lot of things. I'm motivated even when I ride through Philadelphia, even when I ride through my old neighborhood, and I ride through certain parts. I stay connected to the city. I stay connected to some cities, parts of the city that people won't even ride down, those blocks anymore. I don't have to be a part of that, but I still stay focused because I'm doing what I do still. And you need to find some of those things to be even motivated even more. They're just like a percentage out of a percentage, small percentage that helps mental to stay motivated. Because right now it's 99% mental. I mean, I could answer that in 10 seconds, 2 seconds, but it's 99% mental on anything. And even with this, what I do, getting up and training in the morning, and I run Temple this morning, scored with Rick. Yes. With Temple, we was at Temple this morning doing some E80s on Broad Street, around for Broad Street. It's a good run. It's a 40-minute run, blowout. And if anybody know E80s, you gotta sort of like, you gotta be moving. So they're like forward and just some trots. Then we dribble some basketball for some rhythm, some coordination. Take the basketball and jog lightly around the track and bounce it at the same time on both hands, and then get in, get that quickness and stutter stuff together and break the monopoly of running and just running. You got to have some fun with it. And that's the thing. You know what I want to ask? I'm still having fun. See, that's the thing that really I think a lot of us miss. When you're still having fun, I'm having more fun now than when I was in the middle or the beginning of my career, where, there's a lot of other things going on that I had to go through in life, like a process. But I'm having more fun now than I had in the last 15 years. Literally, I can say right after like 40 years old, when it became like, wait a minute, this guy's 40 years old now. Who thought it was going to be 9 years later? But you're talking about 9 years. We ain't talking 9 months, 9 days. You're talking about 9 years later, man. So I'm having fun because it is a big deal, and I don't want to downplay it. Others might try to downplay it, but I would say, name me another athlete or team that we watch in this country that is doing this on a level and winning. Not just competing and being somebody that's just there. Fighting the top fighters in the world. Fighting the champion this week. This guy is no run about mill now. This guy's been dug up by nobody. This guy is a threat. He's 19 years younger. He's 19 years younger. This Olympian. So this ain't a cream puff. I'm not fighting, digging nobody up saying, hey, this is a senior tour. No, this ain't the bum in the muff club. I'm fighting some real dudes, undefeated. Babyface. I'm gonna call him Babyface Nelson. Not the gangster one. That's his name. I remember seeing him around, but I named him Babyface. But I'm not fighting the bum in the muff club. These guys are hardcore, hungry, top contenders. Travis Cloud was a champion and undefeated champion. Oh, I forgot about that. Gene Pascal. I derailed his whole career for 3 years. He only fought twice.
What you doing around? You do push-ups.
Pavlik is just totally. They still mad at me for Pavlik fight.
But
I thought it was gonna be a race ride. With the Pavlik, no, seriously. All jokes aside, we still got little problems. As great as this country is, we still got problems. Obama. What are we gonna do at the campaign? It all came out when he was running for president. So that's not like we don't live in this world, this bubble. We still got a problem. But it's a lot better in the 60s. Or at least, got a different skirt on it. Got different pants. Got different pants on it. But I'm still having fun. Like, who would, think about it. Every athlete can tell you, in any sport, if you're a basketball player, and you're in the pros, as good as LeBron James is, he got to be looking like who's coming out of high school, who's that Final Four, who's these people talking, because they coming for his job. Let me give you an example. Football, same thing. Heisman Trophy winner? Who will be in the draft? All them guys that sitting in that position now is always threatened by the young. Think about it. Boxing's no different. Corporate America's no different. Babyface, you took somebody's job. Don't you feel bad? No, you don't. It was an old gray-haired man sitting right in that spot, and you took his damn job, and you're happy about it. High five. Son of a bitch, you.
But are these guys... Oh.
You in trouble.
Hey.
Look at the gray, y'all.
And look at yours.
We ain't talking about me.
All these guys have books on you, though. Bernard, these guys, there's lots of tape on you. It's on everywhere. All these fights. But these guys, half your age, third your age. How do you prep for yourself, or do you prep against them when you go into the ring? Like this next fight. Are you going to fight your fight, or do you fight what he throws up? How do you do that? What do you do?
Set the rules. I hit you, you don't hit me. He follows rules, he'll have a career.
Fight.
What kind of rules are those?
That's the sweet science.
It's the rules of the sweet science.
So you don't hit me back. That's boxing.
Then it took a female.
That's boxing, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Nah, see, don't listen. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Hit me back.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It took a female. It took a female, a woman, a wise, because they always going to be wiser than this. And everything we think we know, they know 10 times more. God didn't give them all muscles, so he gave them something else that can beat us at the end. And that is common sense of wisdom. The sweet science that's been missing in this generation of sports, because everybody want to see gladiator. We hate violence, but we love it. You can't wait to turn on Channel 4 News and see who got killed, shot, stabbed, who shot up a school, who stabbed up everybody in school. Come on, man. So when a guy asks me, who set the rules on I hit you, you don't hit me, and the young lady said, it's the sweet science. But since they got blood and thirsty and they violent minds, but they don't want to admit it, they don't look at the sweet science that I portray in this ring. It's boring to them. You're supposed to be bleeding, get hit, and then you pull out a win by your skinny chin. Well, I ain't Mickey Ward. I ain't a Toyo Gaddy, God rest his soul, or even the great Joe Frazier. Because I know when it's all over and done, I don't want y'all talking about me when I walk past you at the Waprovia Center. Look at him stumbling. Somebody else got to count my money but me, because I don't know how to, my brains are scrambled. What happened to the sweet science? I should be ashamed of yourself.
Amen on that one.
To understand that the game is the hit and not get hit. What have you? Go watch the UFC. Go at 12th and Dolphin at that bar at 12 at night. You can get many fights. If you want to see blood and thirsty, go get it. But would you let your son do it? No, you'll send him to college. But you want to see my kid. You want to see me. Don't duck. We all hypocritical, bloodthirsty beasts, right? Repent. That's all I can tell you to do. To Satan, to whoever you, Jehovah, Jesus, Allah, whatever you bow your head to, or even is the sign of the atheist. Repent. That's all. I'm about the sweet science, man. That's why I'm here talking to y'all. Ain't stuttered, no cuts on my face, ain't beat up.
Swim without getting wet.
Y'all forgot that? I challenge anybody here. We get on the stage, I put a suit on or a sweatsuit on, we can sit there and we can articulate, and I can tell you what those words mean, and we can sit there in front of any Harvard graduate, college, PhD, what you want to do, want to talk. That's come from ducking. And of course, educating too. You gotta be educated a little bit, read a little bit. You gotta, work that muscle in the brain. But the reason I can sit here and the reason I got the reputation is you ain't got to ask no questions because you're going to talk is because I ducked some. Can't duck all, but I ducked some. If I can duck 10 and you get one in, barely, I'm ahead of the game. It's like a smart investment. Living off the interest and not the principal. Rule number 1. Wall Street. The Wolf on Wall Street. My favorite movie. That's my favorite movie. I love it. Well, they should have got a Grammy on that one. Oscar. Not the Grammy, Oscar. They should have got an Oscar on that. Grammy's music. They should have got an Oscar. The Wolf on Wall Street. They did, I love it. Because it happens every day.
So why are you the last one to perfect the sweet science?
He asked me why am I the last one to perfect the sweet science? It's because I haven't got hit in my head to forget the sweet science as much as the other guy.
Bernard, have you watched any of this guy, Baby Shumanov? Have you watched his fights?
Yeah.
You studied him with your trainer?
Yeah. I watched it, then I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it, like I do all the tapes. I watch it for a minute, and then, you know, because you can overdo anything. And when you watch and you watch and watch, I mean, you start getting delusional about what you're seeing that you're not really seeing. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, how you ever heard of taking a test, studying too hard, where you flunk it anyway?
Yeah, right.
You can overthink. You can overstudy. So there's a time and a place for everything. Everything has its own place and its own moderation. You look at the tape. I haven't looked at it in almost a month now. I've seen all I need to see. And that's just not with him, that's with anybody. Trinidad, the same thing. I don't have to sit there every day and keep watching and watching, because now what I'm looking for, I can't curate nothing. Now your mind start playing tricks on you. And you start seeing things that you're not really seeing. And you start giving more credit, whether it justifies need to be or not. So I want it out of my mind. I want the element of surprise, because I want to be able to check it right there. Because think about it. How old is he, 30?
I think so.
Yeah. 31?
Around there.
Okay. When I fought Trinidad, he was, my math is right, we was 13, 11, how old was he? No, seriously, you good, you went to college, but it's 2001 I fought Tito, that was what, 13, 14 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
You think that I'm going to be surprised of his style, almost fighting 3 decades of my career since 1988? You think that whatever he do will be the first thing that I've seen in my almost 3 decades of boxing? That's not even including the amateur career, briefly amateur career. Do you think that he can say the same thing? He haven't lived long enough. It's a numbers game. It ain't no magic trick that I'm saying or doing. This is a numbers game. Do the math. The numbers always add up. You said he was 13 when I fought in 2001? He's 31. Subtract 13 out of 31. He was 18 years old. Just getting out of high school, right? Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Numbers don't add up. And then the key thing is, I'm more fresher now, living the same lifestyle, taking care of my body the same way I did then. But as crazy that this might seem, I'm in better shape now with wisdom than I was 13, 14 years ago.
Now, Bernard, drop the knowledge. How did you get involved in the world of boxing? What brought you into the world of boxing?
Raymond Rosen Projects. Grew up there. It was my neighbor right next door to you, right? Robert Bam Bam Hines. Former, I believe, IBF champion. Lightweight division.
Super featherweight.
Yep. We grew up together. He's right behind you. You heard of Robert Bam Bam Hines. You fought Hilton. Remember Hilton brothers? Mm-hmm. You beat the hell out of one of the Hilton brothers. So when you ask me how I got into boxing, I'll tell you Raymond Rosen, which I go by briefly all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes it get a little too hot around there. I want to get hit, right? With no hot stuff. So I come around in the daytime, they all pay homage. I see them putting the guns up, they respect me. But me and that man right there, Robert Hines, right behind you, grew up, his mother knew mother. He ain't got to come up. You can turn the camera on him. That's just technology. Now, listen to this. We grew up right next to each other in Raymond Rosen Projects. Robert Hines had an extensive amateur career. He beat me in the amateurs. Matter of fact, he think I forgot. I think he stopped me in that damn fight. Yes, I did. Don't be saying that you. What? You saying that shit? Hey, listen. Hey, Robert, I forgive you.
I don't brag, Robert.
All right, listen. Me and Robert fought each other in the amateurs, and he stopped me. I think in the second round, whatever. I told my trainer Jazz, I said, "Why you put me in there with him? Man? We grew up together." But.
Then I want to fight for you.
We go back since we was 9, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Raymond Rosen Projects. When you ask that question, what I get from boxing, because we grew up in the projects in 03 together. And he boxed and won a world title, and I boxed and won a world title. So that's where the history come from. So everybody got their own story. You know what I mean? And he still supports me. He still come and watch me here at this press conference, and that's a profound statement, man. Because you know we come through the ranks, man, and somehow we didn't go to the graveyard and stay in the penitentiary, even though he never had to go there. But somehow we found our way, man. So let me get my work done. Start.